You're this perp back with another video, and finally Bleach has come back. It has returned. The GOAT is here. And what a time. What a time to be alive. What a time to be an anime fan. It's just at such a high peak right now. And this was the perfect time for Bleach to return with their final arc to really get this a proper send off, not how it ended back like 10 years ago, which is seems like just yesterday. But yeah, I'm gonna just do my best to kind of break down this episode, because a lot of this episode is pure action. There's not too much going on. The story is pretty much plain and simple, and it sets it up really nice and well. So I don't want to waste no more time. Let's get right into this review. Starting with the beginning, and you got this guy narrating. I'm assuming this is the Quincy King that's talking about when he's gonna come back, and he's been kind of sealed away, and he's finally, being unleashed. And it's really interesting, and I just like the overall tone of how this last arc kind of feels. The artwork is definitely an improvement compared to the original, even though I know some people are gonna have some issues with the CG hollows and stuff like that. It doesn't really bother me. I think they look okay. I would prefer them to just be hand drawn and stuff, but it's okay, and I think that's gonna be a reoccurring thing we might see throughout this series. But then we get introduced to our new characters, Ryunosuke and Shino. They are also Soul Reapers that get sent to Ichigo's neighborhood to kind of do some type of surveillance, or just try to figure out what's going on, because for some odd reason, like, hollows are disappearing, or something's going on with the hollows and stuff like that. But Ryunosuke, he's an interesting character, because he is pretty much like a coward. He doesn't really want to be there. He feels like, I heard rumors of there being this really powerful substitute Soul Reaper, so why are we here? What's the deal? And Shino's like, yo, you gotta kind of man up and stuff. Like, you can't bitch out now, because what ends up happening is Ryunosuke pretty much comes face to face with one of these hollows, and of course he runs away. And what he sees is Shino getting bodied. She's pretty much like down for the count. But have no fear, before Ryunosuke gets attacked by one of these hollows, this is where my man Ichigo comes in clutch and saves your boy. The OGs are back. You got Ichigo, Chad, Orihime, you know what I'm saying? And they all kind of just come in there and make it look real easy. They're surrounded by hollows, which is crazy to see, like, going back to the very first episode of Bleach and just seeing how all these characters came together and all the shit that they've been through and how much more powerful they are. And I can't wait to see what they do with them in this last arc. And it was really dope to see Ichigo use his Bankai and uses Getsuyo Tenshu. Like I said, I'm gonna butcher a lot of these names, bro. It's just it's just exciting to see Bleach back, and I feel like this whole episode was just a celebration of the return of Bleach, and just Ichigo just doing just badass shit and just making this shit look super easy. Like, Ichigo's a hollow advisor, and probably a part Quincy at this point, where we're gonna probably find out in this arc. But what was interesting about this is the villains, or the antagonists, the Quincy's, because they're sitting there chilling. I guess this was Ichigo's house, or was this Ryunosuke's house? I have no idea, but he kind of wakes up and just like, who are all these people, and why they are for me food. But before you can get into any slice of life things, we get introduced to a new antagonist, Eburn. He just pretty much pops up out of nowhere, which was really fucking crazy. And he seems to me like a discount version of like Grimjow. He really gives me that vibe, but I'm curious to see how he's going to kind of be an antagonist towards Ichigo. It's going to be dope to see Ichigo having a brand new rival this time around. But it's interesting that Ichigo calls him an Ironclar, and this guy really takes offense to this, and he sees that he's actually a Quincy, and this kind of shocks Ichigo, and he's just like, what's going on here? I thought Quincy's were kind of on our side. I didn't see them as really villains or anything like that, or what is going on here? So Ichigo is kind of like lost in the words. He has to pretty much put up a fight with him. Meanwhile, you got OG over here. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like Yami something. Like, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Then you got these mysterious guys pull up saying like, yo, in 5 days, we're going to come back and fuck shit up. We're going to destroy the Soul Society. And before they leave, they kill OG's mans, or just really damage him. He's probably not dead, you know what I'm saying, but he's in pretty bad shape. They're able to kind of get away. But what we find out is, for some odd reason, you know, Quincy's are trying to steal Soul Reapers, the Soul Reapers Bankais. So that's interesting as well. But it doesn't really work on Ichigo because, you know, Ichigo's kind of built different. And Eburn pretty much underestimated Ichigo. And I think Ichigo kind of underestimated him in some form. But I like this Ichigo. He's way more serious. He takes things a lot more serious. He's not really joking around. He wants answers, but he knows he has to be kind of like careful with this guy. I think this is going to be an interesting rivalry. But like similar to Grimmjow, it seems like he did things on his own accord and was going to have repercussions. He has some type of beef with this other Quincy, which this Quincy King, you know, puts up with no shit. He literally cuts this dude's arm off for just arguing with Eburn and stuff. So, man, what an episode, bro. It's very tense. They do a really good job of just reintroducing you to these characters, this world, and just giving you a glimpse of what's to expect for the next few episodes or the next however long this goes on. But let me know how you guys feel about this first episode. I thought it was brilliant. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.